Hello, all. Thank you for joining us again on the Almost Brothers podcast. Hey, will you do us a favor? If this podcast has meant something to you and encouraged you, will you consider becoming a monthly supporter? You could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the podcast so that we can continue to put out content and help better serve you. So if you would, down in the show notes, you can click the link, support, and become a monthly member. We love you. New episode coming your way. So, Rich, are you excited for this week journey starting tomorrow?
No.
The food journey? No?
No. If you remember, we made this podcast official.
Yes.
Like episode 1.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
And I failed.
Yeah.
But it's not final.
And that's what I was about to say. No, it's not final. Failing is final.
Yeah. I'm on it, man.
You fell short that time.
I did.
You won't this time.
That is the plan.
You're going to make it all the way through.
I've got a shirt that you bought me that's a 2X that I want to wear.
And what I tell you when I bought it.
It's for when I could wear it.
That's exactly right. I said, this isn't just a shirt. This is for when you can fit in it. I believe in you. I believe you're going to be able to fit in this.
I don't
He
know
just
if
called
I'll
you
ever...
his wife a little girl. It kind of messed up. Like he gave his wife a smaller dress and said, "Here, you can fit in this." That's horrible.
So funny.
He doesn't care about my life at all.
I love you. Okay, let's calm down. So today we have Pastor Andrew on the podcast. So I want to start out by saying this, and I mean this with all due respect. You and Pastor Stephen are so country. Okay, I didn't totally mean that, but kind of. Like, it's funny just listening to y'all talk. I thought Jamie had a bad accent.
Man.
Him being from Memphis, he might take that personally.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're saying something about that. Like, you're from Memphis, but boy, you sure are redneck.
The ghetto hick. That's what he is.
Yeah.
The ghetto hick.
I do want to hear you say his last name, though.
Houltzhouser.
That's not it.
It's not even close. Not even close.
Every time we talk about you, it's like, Andrew, that guy.
Andrew, that guy.
It's like he's trying to read the Bible. It's like
Oh my gosh! Like, and it's always like the scripture that just Zebedee and Zimachai, and so I'm just like, look, okay, the Z brothers. Let's get past this. It has little to do with what we're talking about today. So.
I always find like a spot in the middle of their name, and I'm like, okay, I can't say this name, so we're going to call this one Sam.
Right.
This one Joe.
Yes.
And because when God wrote the Bible and when they named them, he didn't think about rednecks preaching.
Oh my goodness, man.
It wasn't. I even tried like preaching out the NIV or the Passion, thinking, oh, these guys like shortened it. And
right.
No,
and it's regular words and then just those names. So you're like, oh yeah, and.
But in the King James Version, they would put dashes so you would know how to enunciate.
Right.
In the newer translation, it's just like, bam, there's a word, and it's like, I can't say that.
Yeah. And
I always just say Houltzhouser because it fits everywhere.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. And it's like, it's always when you're going to, you're like, and you're like, oh, and knowing everybody is watching, it's like, it's getting worse too. They're looking at me. What do I do?
So at Kimball, all these years, I've had one woman. Her name is Julie. She's probably close to 80 if she's not in her 80s. She can enunciate everything. So when I start reading those scriptures and I get to that word, I'll just point at her. She'll yell it out, and it's like, yes.
Right there, got
I
you.
got a translator.
That's so awesome. I had a buddy of mine. He pastors in Caruthersville. His wife reads his scriptures for him, like while he preaches.
How do I get that gig?
Yes. So like she has her own mic and she'll sit in the crowd and she reads the scriptures out for him.
She don't even have to get up front?
As he does it. Nope. Just sits right there and reads it on the microphone,
I'm
and
so
that's it.
glad Kelsey came to just listen to me.
Yes.
You're going to get a double blessing.
Yes. Like, nope. So now you got to pronounce the words.
Should have brought my oil so I could lay hands on her while we're in.
We got some around here somewhere.
Yep. Oh, so
just give me that water, it'll work.
I just start splashing. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, so we had this one guy. He was really, really eccentric. Okay, so this was like maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and we were at some revival in a different church. Okay, and he goes up to pray for people and takes his water bottle, takes the lid off, and starts like,
wow.
yes,
a revival in a Catholic church.
Dude, it was crazy. So we're like having to go to him and be like, dude, you can't do that. We don't know these people.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
You shouldn't do that at all, much less somewhere else.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
So he went with you?
Yes, he went with like our church group. Yeah. Dude,
That's why I only ever take my wife.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing, man?
I either take my wife or Stephen Watkins. Both of them usually end up getting me in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like one of two things is about to happen. You're either going to get us beat up or you're going to get us kicked out. Like, we can't have either one of those. Come on, dude. Don't be you're spit water on people. Come on now. So Andrew, yeah. So first of all, what's up?
We come in here and mess up their whole routine. It's
Welcome
been great
back
being on here for the one and only time I'm ever going to be asked to come back.
Welcome back to the Almost Brothers podcast. On today's episode, we are talking about Manic Monday Part 2 on how to Why are you laughing?
You're an idiot.
That's messed up. Man.
Darn.
That's messed
Darn
up.
diddy darn darn.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That's funny.
I felt like when he said that, I was waiting on somebody to yell, "Let's get ready to rumble."
Let's get.
His voice changed and everything.
And now.
He went from pastor to pastor, just like that.
Oh, but yeah, we're talking about just how to re-engage your mind after a long week, whether it's a work week or, we've been talking about pastoring or speaking, how to have that break in between last week and this week, and usually for us it happens on Monday. So I just want to pick your brain on that. What are some of the things that you do to try to kind of let the last week go, even the last sermon go, re-engage your mind, take a break, and get ready for the upcoming week?
So for me, my Manic Monday usually starts on Sunday. Usually starts after the evening service, wherever we were at that night, Sunday night.
Yeah.
We get home. Our kids usually aren't home on Sunday night, so that's our night to clean, do laundry. I say our night. She's going to throw something at me in a minute. But that's her night to clean and do laundry, and for me to sit there and go, man, I'm so tired, you're wearing me out. And that's when it really starts, because that's when the reality of tomorrow's Monday.
Yeah.
We got to go back to work.
Right.
It's a brand new week. And then it'll usually hit me about 10 o'clock. Like, we've got Wednesday night coming up. We've got Sunday morning coming up. We've got Sunday night coming up. And I try to be prepared. So I try to have Wednesday night ready to go Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Try to know by the end of the night, Tuesday night, where I'm going, what the message is, what we're going to do. So Monday for me isn't really, it's a reset day, but it's not a panic day.
Right.
I've already forgotten last week. My Manic Monday is Sunday night.
Yeah.
And really the only thing I do is I just shut down. I take that time when it's just us. I'll turn on something stupid on TV that I'm not going to pay any attention to.
Right.
Or put my headphones in, turn the volume loud enough to blow out Kelsey's eardrums on the other side of the house, and just stop and just say, I'm done with this week. I did what my assignment was for Sunday. I can breathe for a minute. I don't start to think ahead. I don't start, unless I'm preaching a series. I have no idea on Sunday night when I'm preaching the next week.
Right.
I don't start thinking that far ahead. Right. I take a moment and I stop, and I'll spend time in prayer on Sundays, but I've made it a rule for myself to not sermon prep on Sunday.
That's good. Yeah.
I don't start, I don't even open my Bible for thinking ahead until Monday.
Yeah.
I just, if I'm in the Word on Sunday, I want to go back and reread what I just preached because I want it to sink into me, or there's somewhere else. It's for me.
Yeah.
Sunday night that's my night. I'm not Pastor Andrew Houltzhouser on Sunday night. I'm just Andrew Houltzhouser.
Yeah.
And that usually lasts right until she starts yelling because she's up doing everything and I'm sitting there doing nothing.
Sitting there doing. Say, come on.
Yeah. I mean, she knows. I don't. I'm admitting this on a podcast.
Right. There's no taking it back now.
Millions of people around the world.
Oh, come on. Speak that into, yes. Come on.
Really, there's like the three of us and Stephen Watkins.
Actually, we have a lady in our congregation that's like our number one fan.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
She's like, when's the next episode coming out? It comes out every Tuesday. I don't know why
she works with Jamie, and she said she got up the other day and like yelled across the room, "Hey, when's the new episode coming out? Come on!" Like Jamie's like, "I don't know. I don't run it. Like, how am I supposed to know?"
We took a little break because of the conference.
Yeah, we did an off day.
And missed a week, and it apparently messed her up. So
here's what I really love doing right here, because it usually throws our guests for a loop. So do you listen?
Oh. Do I listen faithfully, or have I ever listened? There's a loaded question there.
That's so fun.
No, go get my keys.
Go start the truck. Start the truck. Just back up to the door.
Oh wait, we drove separately.
You're on your own.
Yeah, I'm on my own. She's gone.
So you kind of hit on it earlier. I wanted to ask also, because we're in kind of I wouldn't say a different position, because I think a lot of pastors now are in this position, but having to work also, having a job outside of the church. So I know that creates a whole nother level of trying to find that time, because Monday you're back right back into regular work, so and like you say, y'all do Wednesday nights. We don't even do Wednesday nights yet, here. So how is that? So you, like you said, you don't prep ahead of time, for the next Sunday, but do you start, I guess, that Monday on your Wednesday, like what you're going to do?
By Tuesday, I've got Wednesday done.
Yeah.
If, I don't know, I guess the stars align and God is good and the moon is not full and we have a break and we don't have anything going on Monday night and Tuesday night.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty early.
Yeah.
So then I start thinking of what's
into
coming on
Sunday. Okay.
The sermon I preached this morning actually was one that I thought about even 2 weeks ago while we were on vacation. This one's one that I've been working on and praying about and thinking about. And I'm kind of weird. I know some pastor, like, you may be the weirdo that does this. I'm not. They'll like spend.
I'm pretty weird.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but his face said it all.
Yeah.
They'll spend days and hours just sitting and stewing over one sermon, and just they'll sit. I'm a hit and miss person.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm at work and I got a break, I'll pull it up on my computer. I'll think about it, work on it a little bit, pray about it a little bit. If I'm at home, everybody's in bed, and I've got some quiet, because I don't know about you, but when they're running through the house screaming, the dogs are barking, she's yelling at me because of something I didn't do, or because I can't sit down and focus. Like,
right.
I'm ADD.
Yeah.
So, like, I have to have all of the lights off except for the one that's shining on my Bible to study. Otherwise, it's like, ooh, butterfly.
Right. Yeah.
That's as far as I'm going. Yeah. So I don't necessarily designate a specific time to sermon prep.
Yeah.
It's when time allows, I sit down and we go to softball tournaments, and I'll have my phone and I'll flip open the Bible app on my phone, and I'll read a couple verses and make a few notes in my head, and then I'll watch the game, and then maybe later that day I'll do the same thing. And it's so it's different for me. And I had to, when I first became a pastor, I was bivocational then. I had a job, I had plus the church, and it was difficult for me to figure out how can you make this work? Right. Because we do have kids. Our oldest daughter plays on, I think, every softball team in Southeast Missouri, it feels like.
Right.
We're constantly
that's a whole other monster, man.
Yeah. And then we try to do things together, because she's not going to say this, but she doesn't have the microphone, so I'll say it. That's not only my wife, but that's my best friend. So we try to do things together as well, which is why I texted her and begged her to come up here with me tonight.
It's like, please come hang out with me.
Oh, you can read the text. They're pretty sad. Like, I become Shakespeare when I want to do something.
Right. Just breaking out all the moves.
I'm over here writing poetry.
My sun will not rise if you are not with me this evening.
I usually just get the eye roll emoji, but she actually showed up tonight, so y'all did something right this week. But yeah, it was difficult to figure out, because I don't have office hours.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't just go shut myself in the office at the church and in fact, those rare moments when I do have those, I love them, but at the same time, I get in my office, nobody's around, and I can just study, I can just pray, and I'll be in there for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, is it time to go?
Right. Yeah.
And I feel bad because
Right.
I'm like, I'm the pastor.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be able to sit here for days without daylight, without eating,
Yeah.
and just labor.
Yeah.
And I just can't.
Yeah.
I've gotten so used to 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Right.
But it's been good.
Yeah, but if you can still deliver consistently with that, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And it's good because I get those few bursts.
Right.
But in between, I've got hours to just let it soak in.
Yeah. Thinking about it. Yes.
I'm not just going in, shutting the door, and saying, "Okay, I'm not coming out of here until Sunday sermon is ready."
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking about what Sunday sermon is.
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking, where am I going? What am I doing when we get there? How are we going to approach this?
Yeah.
What's the message that God has for this week? And it's for me, it's great
Yeah.
because I don't have time to do it any other way.
Yeah.
And in fact, if I became full-time for some unknown reason, I know the reason. It would have to be the Lord telling me to go full-time. Right. I think I would be bored.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I don't know how to live with just one thing.
Right.
Like, we've been doing it 5 years now that we've been non-stop.
Juggling. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you take any of that, like this winter, in the wintertime when we don't have softball every other day, we're bored.
Right.
Like, we're
Sitting home.
miserable.
Shouldn't we be doing something?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
do I need to go mow the yard?
Right.
Kelsey would be like, there's 6 foot of snow on the ground. I'm like, okay. Do I still need to go mow the
Right.
yard?
Do I still need
There's grass under there somewhere.
There should be grass under there, I think.
Like, I can't stand just sitting.
Yeah.
And so for me, bivocational ministry it's actually been good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said, and I tell her all the time, I would love for the opportunity to be full-time. One of two things would happen if I was full-time. Either we would end up pastoring the largest church in the world because I'm constantly doing something.
Yeah.
Or I would be so bored I'd last about 6 months and say, okay, y'all, I'm going to flip
gotta
hamburgers at McDonald's 3 days a week.
I
Just
gotta
so
go
got
do
something
something.
Yeah. I might actually even take the trash out.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. That hit a nerve right there.
I do have a question I want to ask both of you. I'm not a lead pastor anywhere. I'm a men's pastor here at Remnant, but and this question came about because Adriana, my daughter, she did a little TikTok and she started getting like negative comments, right? And she just really got beside herself because of all the negativity coming her way. So now that everything is live on Facebook and on YouTube or whatever, do those things affect y'all? Like, do those negative comments coming in affect what you do and how you do it?
Well, first of all, I like how you put 3 social medias right there, name dropping. That's pretty good. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Wasn't trying to.
I'm just saying.
Here comes those million viewers.
Man, that's
Or
pretty
listeners.
good.
Come on.
You use Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Oh, my God. Hey,
You have an answer to this
that's
question.
awesome, Grandpa. Good job. Go ahead, Andrew.
Jeez.
Well, first of all, the simple answer is absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, and I'm sure Michael can tell you the same thing, is the biggest critic for a pastor is the pastor himself.
Yeah, that's what he says all the time.
I beat myself up.
Yeah.
Like, we'll get in that, like, on the rare occasion that we do ride to church together. Everybody on this podcast, I don't think our marriage is horrible.
It's horrible or the greatest thing ever. Like one of the others. It's gonna be.
On the rare occasion that we do ride to church together, we'll get in the car, and it's happened more than once as I get done preaching. I'm like, man, I just really bombed that sermon.
Right.
That was horrible. And she'll be like, really? I thought it was great.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I love you. I don't know what you want. But last week it was, your sermon was really great. Let's buy a house.
Go.
You're not living that down anytime soon. But yeah, it affects you when you see. But this is what I always do my best, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it. I'm not saying I don't ever fall short of this. I do my best every time I get in that pulpit to be fully surrendered to where I don't say a word. And in fact, more than once, and I think we were talking about this before we started, more than once I've heard something that was recorded that I said, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I said that
Yeah.
because it's not me.
Right.
I want to be fully submitted and surrendered to him. So when I hear and when I get negative feedback, or when you see negative feedback, the first thought that I always have is, even if you didn't like it, I know in my heart, I did everything that God put me in that pulpit to do today.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. And like I said, it still affects you to some degree, because even though, I know I did everything God put me there to do and I let him use me and talk through me, at the same time you see that and you think, oh, wow, did I?
Yeah.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Was that the best that I could do? And then you go in there next week and the first thought you have is, oh, am I going to do that bad this week?
Yeah.
Am I gonna mess it up? But thankfully, I haven't had a whole lot of negative feedback. Like my wife and another woman from our church watch our Facebook, and they watch those comments, and they may be coming up and they're just deleting them so I can't see them.
Just so they don't show up.
I don't know, but I haven't seen any. But I do see on other churches where there's negative comments that are posted, and I've had people say things, not necessarily posted on Facebook, but they'll say it when they see you in person, which is even worse, because I'm saved, sanctified, and set free, but there's still just a little bit of Kennett, Missouri in me, and I really just
punch somebody right in the throat. Yeah.
Come at me, and
Yeah. Yeah, and I think and that's with everything. I think, there could be a million thumbs ups and one thumb down, and you focus on that thumb down. Right. And what really opened my eyes to this, especially with the social media age, is I can't remember who said it, but they said, I want you to go on and Google baby giggling. So it's a 15, 20-second video of a baby giggling. It's the cutest thing ever. They say, I want you to scroll down and look at the dislikes. There will be dislikes on a video of a baby giggling. People are going to dislike it just because they want to be that person to dislike it. Right. So a lot of times people will attack something not because it's good or bad, like just objectively good or bad, but because they just want to be that person to thumbs down it, to dislike it, to disrupt. So I think a lot of times that happens is where you have people that they put their input in, that you could have done the greatest job in the world. You could have done everything flawless and perfect. They're still going to dislike it. Doesn't matter what you did. Doesn't matter how you change it or how much better you try to make it. It's never going to work. You're never going to get that satisfaction from those people. So really focusing on the good and then taking the bad and learning from it, learning from that criticism of, oh, well, maybe I could have said that different. Maybe I could have done that different. Maybe I could have done a better job.
From a constructive criticism.
Yes. Yeah. And instead of looking at the bad as something that you should avoid or shouldn't be there, look at that as an opportunity to say, oh, okay, there's a way I could change this and grow from this. Right. It's in, the sports analogy, you learn more from a loss than a win. And you really do. You learn, okay, now I know what not to do. Now I know what to do better next time. So I try to, because like Andrew said, I'm the biggest critic of myself. Like I'll go back and watch myself. I take notes on myself, on my sermon. So I go back and look and go, I want to do this better. I want to explain this better. That way I can go back and try to implement that and do better. So I want that negative, hey, what do you think of that? Oh, it wasn't your best. Right. What? Like what? Right. Like what wasn't the best? Like how did it come off? Like, because I went into something that maybe you didn't understand, so that you can do better at that. And I think that's a lost form, especially for churches. Just objectively looking at it and saying, that wasn't great. You could probably do better here, here, here. We feel like we're attacked. How dare you? You think you're talking to? Instead of going, oh, cool. Let me take that. Right. Whether I agree with you or not, whether, I mess with you all the time. You talk crap about, me, your
proper grammar.
Yes. Improper grammar.
My grammar is.
Yeah. It's bad because you get going and you don't think about actually putting everything perfectly, dot every I and cross every S and do all that.
I don't know if you've heard me preach enough to know this. Kelsey can tell you this. When I get fired up, I get stuck on the stupidest stuff. Like the word "and" will trip me up for a solid 30 seconds. I'll be like,
what is this word?
I did it one Sunday, and it might have even been Kelsey that did it. Somebody just said, "and."
Thank you. I was out on a ledge here.
I was stuck. Yeah, I'll get stuck on the most ignorant.
Basic, yeah.
Yeah.
I get stuck on 14 today.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I was trying to say. I'm like, 14. Just say it. Come on. But even taking that from, even when it's somebody that has no idea how to do it, has, never done it before. And then they give you that. Still take it with a grain of salt, but also be like, okay, maybe I could do better at this or change this or do something better. So I think that focusing on it for the sake of focusing on it isn't healthy, but focusing on it and seeing how you can better yourself, I think is kind of a better way to look at it.
See the growth out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Because, like I said, some people you're just never going to win over. It's just not going to happen. But there's some that like legitimately have a good gripe or a good thing that maybe you could change or implement or, do things. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to reach people. Like we're, whether we're speaking, whether we're communicating. Because I think we take advantage of the anointing and we don't work on our part of it, which is the trying to perfect your craft of just speaking and communicating. So you could be anointed and be a bad communicator because you haven't put the time into it or the growth into it. So being able to take that and say, okay, I know that God has anointed me to do this, but I need to do my part and work and really try to do the best I can at communicating this, because you can have a good point, a good idea, a good sermon, but the people in the crowd go, what in the world? This is way over my head. I don't understand. So you have to kind of go back and reevaluate and go, okay, I know what I meant, but I wasn't communicating well enough so that people can understand what I meant. So that's what I try to do is go to 4 or 5 people after every message and go, give me your truth, not the wife going, oh, it was great. Yes, you're awesome. You're fantastic. That's great. That's uplifting. That's awesome. But I'm not growing from that. I'm not getting any better from that, because now I think, oh, okay, well, I got nothing to work on. Cool. So I'll go to 4 or 5 people and go, what did you think? Like,
has he ever asked you?
Did it?
No, I tell him before he asks me.
Yeah. Just directly right afterwards. Yeah. Yeah. Which I love, him. He's good at it. Sean's good at it. Like going, oh man, I like this point. I like how you brought this up, because it makes me go, okay, mental check note. They understood when I tell a story with the point, or when I dig into it this way. So I think that's a big thing, is just trying to grow and get better, as you go throughout it. But so what are some of the things we all know, everybody who listens, all the millions and millions of people, as we say,
your one fan is gonna call.
I like video. Like, what's the thing that you do to like try to shut down your brain and really? Because I know you said kind of like throw something on the background, but like, what's your hobbies that you like doing, like to reset? Like for me, it's video. Like I could throw on a video game and.
So
what was that? What was that clearing the throat?
Mine is kind of twofold. So this year for our anniversary, this is how big of nerds we are, and I can't believe I'm saying this.
I like it. I like where this is going.
She bought me a Nintendo Switch, and I bought her one.
Let's go.
So
really?
The other night, I was out till like midnight with a group of pastors, because pastors like to talk. Obviously, you have your own podcast because you like to talk so much. But I got home and I'm like, all these other pastors, most of them were about my age, and their wives had all texted them, called, where you at? Where you at? Why are you so late? It's past your curfew. You're still at home.
Yeah.
I heard nothing from mine. So I thought either she burned the house down, we're getting a divorce, or she's just already went to bed. I get home and I walk into our bedroom because the light's still on. I'm like, okay, so she still is up. So I expected her to be sitting there like
just waiting,
with her arms crossed, like, where you at? She's got my Switch and she's in there playing Mario.
That is awesome.
It's like midnight and she's like in the zone. Like I walk in and she's like, hi. She didn't even
just
look
right back
up,
to
like,
it. That's
right
awesome.
Like, okay, well, I was struggling to figure out what I was going to get you for our anniversary. I figured it out.
And got that. That is awesome. So what are y'all playing?
Mario.
Is Mario Odyssey?
No, Super Mario Brothers. And,
nice. Okay, the old school. Yeah, heck yeah.
Because you can get the NES.
Yep,
and the Nintendo,
that's what we get.
You can get those on the Switch, and it's yeah.
Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna have to add y'all on the
my proudest dad moment, because it started because we got our daughter one for her birthday.
Yeah,
he's like, because we got the lights, the handheld device, and we got her one, and we were both just messing around with it. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then we found that, and like my proudest dad moment was like 10 o'clock at night. My daughter sitting on my lap playing Mario. And she's like, what do I do right here? And I'm like, well, I never made it this far when I was your age, so let me figure it out for a second. Like usually by this point, I was throwing the controller at the TV.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like it. So that's what the biggest thing that I do is after everyone goes to bed, I'll turn all the lights off, and I'll put my AirPods in. and I'll either go to YouTube or I'll go to Apple Music somewhere, and I'll just turn something on.
Yeah.
I may not even hear the words. I'm just completely zoned out. But that is my favorite thing in the world to do, is to just stop and just let the music play.
Yeah.
Sometimes I watch you. I've got we all have our favorite preachers that we like to listen to. In 2023, they're all either on YouTube or Facebook, so you can go through and find what they preached and just listen and soak it in for a little while. But more than that, I'll turn on some music and I'll drop my phone in my pocket and I'll just sit there.
Yeah.
I'll just relax.
Heck yeah. What was you saying?
I got to introduce my children to Street Fighter 2 because they got the Sega
So good.
games on the Switch.
On the
as
Switch.
well. Yeah,
They've got a new one. They're remaking. I think it's Street Fighter 2. It might be Street Fighter 1. They're remaking it like for the updated consoles and all that.
Cool.
Oh, so good. See, so now we all need to get together because we all have Switches.
Yep.
Every one of us. Like we'll get in. We've done it a couple times, so where we do like Randall's. We have Mario Kart, so we do like the Randalls are at their house and we're at our house, and we play together online. And we'll do big Mario Kart tournaments, and we'll do stuff up here with. Oh, I love it.
It's good stuff.
That's my go-to.
Is there still that 12-year-old boy in you that
100
when you see your wife or your kids playing Mario, you're just like, oh, wow.
Oh, it's the best.
That's
if I
all
could go
Mike
back
Simmons
to
is a 12-year-old.
It's a 12-year-old boy.
That's a
Like, you got the Mario tattoo. Oh, wow.
Like that's you're right up my alley, baby. Yeah.
If I could go back to 12-year-old Andrew, I'd be like, okay, one day you're gonna marry this super hot nerd that's gonna be just as nerdy as you. Number one, he'd never believe it. And then she's not looking at me at all, is she?
It's like, don't worry, there's hope. There's hope.
There's
Just
still
keep.
hope.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how we. And like even family time, like it's usually surrounded by the video. Like we all get together, and it's cool because, like you said, you have that proud dad moment, and like you look around and everybody's playing together, and nobody's on their phones.
Nobody's arguing.
Yes. Oh, it's so fun.
Now there may in our house. I don't know about y'all's, but in I'm very competitive.
I'm not in the slightest. I'm really, really not.
I feel like
you can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah, I started saying. I feel like
Jamie's screaming at me right now somewhere. Listen to this.
But yeah, I married a very competitive woman, so like our girls will just be looking at us like, y'all are dumb. Like y'all are competing over the dumbest stuff. Like we compete over everything.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
Which is why the only thing that we can do, and everybody laughs at us, the only thing as a married couple that we can do together all the time is ministry.
Yeah.
We can't do like if we're painting a room. Well, look how even mine is.
Right. Look how quick I got done.
Yeah.
Yep.
We go grocery shopping, and she'll be like, "Do you even know what's in the cabinet? Do you even know where this is at in here?" And I'm like, "Somewhere between that wall and that wall. I'll find it."
So y'all should definitely play a game called, was it Cooking Fever?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Cooking Fever.
It's a terrible game.
You will get divorced over that game. So you're like, it's great. Like we're in our, so me, Lee, Bubby, and Jamie all played together. So you're your own individual character, and you work at a restaurant that like all this crazy stuff is going, and you have to like cook. You know, you have to put it in a certain order to cook the meal to get it out. So this person's cooking and this person's cleaning dishes and you're all running around. So you're just screaming at each other. I need cheese. Cook the burger. Come over here. Clean the plate. Grab it. Oh, it is absolute chaos.
I just got this image of him sitting in his chair in his boxers yelling at the kid, like, somebody bring me a dish.
I'm like, what are y'all doing? Stop serving the food before it's done. The customers are getting mad. Yeah. Yep. So we do that. Yeah. And once we turn, and I let them all know, we turn this on. I am not your dad. I am not your friend. I will bombard you with green shells. Get out of my way. That is a fact.
That's funny.
That's great.
Richard's making fun of it because I scream at Z. I ground him every race. I think you're grounded.
Yep.
How you hit me with a blue shell? Yeah.
Well, that's what I told. So Addie, we had a PlayStation 4, and she got this racing game for her birthday or Christmas or something, and she begged me to play this game with her. And I said, Addie, that's not a good idea. It's not. And she just kept on. She kept on. Okay, fine. Well, the very first race she beat, because I didn't even know how to work this stupid thing. Like, I should have played it before I said yes so I could figure it out. She beat me, and I'm like, if that happens again, I'm throwing the PlayStation. I'm just telling you.
Can't happen.
Like, you cannot win.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to happen. I can too. I'm better than you. And I said, no, this is my house.
Let me explain to you something here.
That PlayStation was bought with my check.
Yep. And that's when you really start to feel it, is when your kids start like legitimate, like not letting them win, legitimately beating you.
Right.
But then you feel old.
Oh, I get so mad. I'm like, oh, I've lost the touch. Oh no.
And he gets mad.
Absolutely.
He gets stupid mad.
I get like, we have, I don't know if y'all know the card game Skip-Bo.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
You know,
I definitely do.
we got to educate him at some
Yeah.
point.
Yes, indeed.
But we all have that Skip-Bo game on our phones, so we can all play together.
Yeah.
And it's Addie's favorite card game.
It's a cool one.
And I hate playing cards for the simple fact you got to clear the dining room table off because ours are always
Right.
full of stuff. You got to set the cards out.
Yeah.
And they're never straight. And I'm like ADD. I'm not OCD. I'm ADD. So if there's a crooked card on the table, I'm like over here like.
Not even focus on the game.
Yeah, but on your phone, they all stay straight and
Yeah.
neat. So we'll play on. Nobody was ever able to beat me until my 7-year-old, because she was 7 at the time, learned how to play Skip-Bo. And now I can't beat this girl.
Yeah. It's
I've
frustrating.
deleted the app, I know, 15 times. Cause it's like,
Just over it.
yeah, like there's no way you can beat me. I learned how to count to 12 before anybody thought about you.
Yeah.
Like I knew how to count to 12 before your mommy did. And she was like, well, it's just because you're older than mommy. It doesn't matter. Like, you can't beat me.
This is not how the order of this house is supposed to go.
That's right. That's right. It's the husband, the wife, and then the
Right.
kids.
Like, come on, man.
I come in first, mommy comes in second, and y'all lose. That's the
Yeah. That's one thing I don't have to worry about Jamie winning at
Anything like that.
pretty much any video
She
game.
is the least competitive person. In
She
the world.
really is. She's like, oh,
She could
I
give
got
a
8th
crap.
place. She's like,
She could care less.
you know, we all had fun. Like, wasn't that awesome?
no. See, she's the reason why all the kids get trophies at ball games now.
Right.
Exactly
Like,
right.
oh, yeah, play to win the game.
Yeah.
I got a Father's Day present for my son. It's a Hermione Granger wand from Universal Studios.
Mm-hmm.
That's my nerd stuff. I love Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, we like
Harry Potter.
But he
Harry
also
Potter.
got me a Mario Kart red shell plush.
Yeah. He brought it this morning.
Brought it to church this morning. I was red shelling everybody.
That's so funny.
They didn't find it as funny as I did. But
I
thought
found
was
it. I
hilarious.
found it pretty cool. Pretty cool. Just red chilling everybody. Like, oh, go get Lee. Go get Lee.
Yeah, I got Lee in the parking lot.
Oh, we almost didn't have service. Just have a real life Mario Kart going on in the church, just throwing red shells at each other.
Oh, you got to post that on Facebook.
Oh, so
The whole
good.
church is just, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. What else y'all got on your heart? You got anything?
No. Blessed and highly
This was
favored.
fun, and we are going to have you back on. So this
Yes.
won't be the only episode. This won't be the.
Even though you were late and you tore up our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tore half the building down. Well, you know,
It happens.
can't take Baptist nowhere.
Well, man, we love you, and we hope the best for y'all. And take tomorrow or tonight, like you said. Yours is kind of tonight. Reset. What do you have going on tomorrow? Are you taking tomorrow off, or do you have like a? Look, we talked about this last week.
No, I'm not taking off.
No,
Well,
okay, yeah.
I don't have a lot to do. I got an appointment in the morning, and then I got to go get my car temp tag, and got to go get some stuff tomorrow afternoon.
So you don't have a lot going on? Is that what you
It
said?
sounded like a lot
It
to me.
sounds like a
Like
list
when I
of
say
things.
I don't have a lot, I mean I'm not moving from my chair, and you're over here. I don't have a lot, but I'm going to St. Louis and then Kansas City.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
Yeah.
Ah,
So y'all are out for the summer?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're not doing anything.
no, yes, he is.
That's the plan, but it hasn't been that way. It's been stuff
It
just
must
every.
be nice to be a teacher.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It is.
The rest
it
of us
really
work
is.
12 months a year. They just
Yes.
work like
It
3.
really. And that's why I tell you, he's always like, oh, must be nice. I'm like, yeah, well, I'll trade you paychecks. Like, yeah, that's true. Never mind. You can keep that. I'll be over here.
Yeah, no, I don't
Like
want the paychecks. I don't want the
Yeah.
students, and I definitely don't want their parents.
Man.
Have all
Man.
that you want.
That's why I tell him, when you make as much in one check as I make in a month, trust me, it's worth it to just work through the summer. But it is nice having it off. I get to hang out with the kids, and with Lee being home from college, I get to hang out with her a lot more. So it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Leela.
birthday.
We love you. 19. Lord help me.
That makes you very old.
Very much so.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'll be 37 soon.
I will be 37, 2 weeks.
Man, oh man.
Rub it in. Thanks. Appreciate it. And
37.
your
Do
how
you
old?
have a button over there that plays taps?
I know, right? That's funny. Yeah,
He's going to put one on there now.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, we have a spot for, what did we say we wanted to put on here?
Write that down.
Write that down.
Yep.
Yeah, just a little button for that. Yeah.
Write that down. Take notes.
Yeah. But tomorrow I plan on doing nothing. Will you bring your boy a coffee from Mudslingers? Yes or no?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's love right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Love and coffee.
Love and coffee. That's all. That's all. I'm very easy to just make happy. Just coffee. Like, that's it. Coffee and video games.
We're gonna have to bring Jamie next week, and I'll come back and we'll ask her, how easy is he really to love?
Yes.
That'd be a long episode.
I like it. That's a good question, though, man. We should do that.
have to break
definitely.
that up into like 15 parts.
I'm like, okay.
We'll set her over here, and we'll put Kelsey over here, and we'll just like, what's it like to be married to?
She's
a
a
Yes.
very patient woman.
Which we need to do that. We need to have, so we'll get Steven on here, and then we'll do all the wives as well, to where we can all ask our wives questions. That would be fun, dude, like a little round table. Are you down, yes or no? Well, I mean, hey, it'd be a chance to learn and grow, right?
I said you didn't have to talk this time.
Yeah.
I didn't say this was the only
We're just
time.
warming you up for the next time.
Because now, Stephen Watkins has been on here. I've been on here. We can't let him outdo us.
Yeah.
So we're going to have our own setup now. And we're going to have the Almost Brothers Part 2 podcast. We're going to release our episodes on Tuesday right after they release
Just
it.
boom, boom.
That way our one viewer can get it before their one viewer gets it.
That's
So like record labels competing to get their record.
Oh, right.
released.
Just first one to get, yeah. It's like, what was the deal? Like late 90s, early 2000s of like two movies with the same exact premise coming out at the same time. So you had like Twister, and there was like another tornado movie. You had Volcano and Dante's Peak. You had
And they were
Deep
all like,
Impact.
within days of each other. Yeah.
Deep Impact and Armageddon. It was just like boom, boom, just right back to back.
I would rather have that than remakes and
Preach.
sequels.
Ooh,
and
preach.
just the nonsense
Preach.
that they're putting out now.
And the live action movies,
Yes.
cartoons
Oh,
30
man.
years ago.
Dude, there's another one that I just seen that they announced. Oh, I cannot remember what it was. But I'm like, of course they're doing another one. They just released Indiana Jones, the new one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yes.
Hasn't he died by now?
No, he's still
Stone still
he's
hadn't got him. He's still running from that same boulder.
Yeah, he's still kicking. But it's like, oh my goodness gracious! Like,
crazy.
how many times are we going to do this?
There's
We got
nothing-
Fast 10 in
Oh
theaters
gosh,
right now.
There's nothing new. Like the world has lost its creativity.
it's so bad.
It's
Everybody's afraid of offending somebody.
Yeah, that's
we talk
true
about
too.
that all the time. The stuff that they made in the 80s and the 90s, you couldn't make that nowadays.
Oh no! Like even the TV shows.
Yeah.
Like Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jefferson. Like
Some
you couldn't put
and it's
that
like
on
they
TV.
poke fun at the thing that everybody's offended by, and they get offended by poking fun at it. It's like, so you can't make jokes about it, making fun of it, or actually think that way. It's like there's no winning.
And you sure can't have a serious conversation about it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
without
No,
being-
none of that.
without
None of
being
that.
a hatred.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing about being a pastor in the woke generation.
Right.
Yeah.
Is everything is offensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything
Yep.
can cause a riot. Like you can get your picket line together and stand right outside the sanctuary. I'm still going to preach it, and I'm still
Yeah.
going to teach it. If you don't like it, go
Right.
somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Man,
I'm sorry.
that might be what we talk about the next one we have you on. Is just how I don't want to say like how to tiptoe around it without tiptoeing around it.
Just open it up.
Right.
Fly.
Like how to stand firm, but also not close the door on people that think that way, and keep that line of communication even open. Because some people go the opposite way to where they're so adamant about beating you upside the head with it that there's no room to even talk.
It's really hard to speak the truth in love.
Yeah.
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 That's the hardest thing for me to do because I want you to just give it to me.
Yeah.
Like double up your fist, punch me in the eye, tell me I'm dying and going to hell if I don't get my heart. Tell me that there's something
Right.
wrong with me.
Yeah.
So that's how I preach sometimes. Sometimes I say things and I'm looking back at Kelsey and Kelsey's going, oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
And he said that in church, and I'm looking around at some of the other people, and sometimes, like even the ones are like, "Amen," and they're like, "Oh no!"
Right.
Like you can't. It's hard to do. It's hard to not tiptoe,
Yeah.
but speak it in love.
Yes. But still, yeah, it's like, of course we can't hear tone. I'll talk about this a lot. We can't hear tone from the Bible, but what it seems is that Jesus never really raised his voice or really, other than flipping over the tables, really even ever got angry or, it seemed everything was in, just
soothing.
Yes. Just talking and still correction and love, but just, still to where those people don't put that wall up instantly. Like, how dare you, and of course being Jesus helped, but that
He did have that advantage.
Right. But, him paving the way and being able to do that, and us, especially in the time we live in now, being able to do that is just such a difficult thing to walk, because you really can very easily go to one side or the other. Either now you're letting stuff go that we should be standing against, or now you're just bashing things and so focused on things that really at the end of the day aren't super important, but we're just bashing it and going at it because it's the flavor of the week or whatever,
Yeah, it's the biggest controversy this week, so we've got to preach about it. Yep. We've got to stay on it for a month and just keep hammering, this is wrong, this is okay. They get it.
Right. Yeah.
Move on.
Or like, it always kills me when preacher election season's coming up and that's all they want to preach on. It drives me insane.
Ask Kelsey how many times I preach politics.
0.
I don't.
I can't stand it, dude.
There's a place, and if you want to know where I stand politically, other than on this podcast, ask me. I'll tell you.
Right.
If you want me to stand in the pulpit and tell everybody in the church they're going to hell if they vote Democrat, I'm not doing it.
Oh, it's
because
brutal.
I'm looking at the Democrats, I'm looking at the Republicans, and I'm thinking, all of y'all going to hell.
Right. Well, yeah.
Let me call it as it is. Yeah. Like, you're just as guilty as they are.
Yeah, it's like,
you just
look,
do it differently.
Right. Yeah, it's like everybody's messed up. We've all got problems. Nobody's perfect. Like, it's like, y'all, can we please just stop?
Can't we all just get along?
Just stop right. Just stop the nonsense. Like, come on, let's open up that. Even if we just disagree, and at the end of the day, we're still going to disagree. Open up the line of communication and be able to talk and to be able to say, all right, cool. You stand there, I stand here. Awesome. Let's still be friends. Let's still love each other. And good Lord, find some common ground, because we got a lot more in common than we do not. We do. Like, good Lord, have mercy, man.
We just found out that we have a lot in common.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of glad we're moving into your neighborhood now. Like, I'm going to put a big Mario sign in my front
yard. Oh, dude. Oh, it's going down, man. I'm going to be coming. Can Andrew come out to play? I brought my Switch with me.
Kelsey's over here like, first it was Stephen Watkins. Like, you'll get your husband back when my Switch battery dies.
Yep. Oh, I have portable chargers I'll bring, baby. You ain't even got to worry about that. It ain't never going dead.
I'm going to get the Donkey Kong barrel, and when I'm ready, I'm just going to throw it towards your house.
Yep. Like, oh, he's home. He's home. Let's go.
Accidentally hit Jamie in the head.
That would not be good.
That would not be good.
It'd be my fault somehow.
I would blame you.
Yeah.
Well, I would blame you too, just because.
Just everybody.
I want to live. He did it. He bought the barrel for me, Jamie. I don't know what else.
He told me to throw it at this time.
Yes. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, it's been awesome having you on.
It's been great. It's been fun.
Love you. Got anything else, Rich?
I'm good to go, man.
All right. We'll see next week how this diet's gone.
Yep.
I'll be listening next week.
Hey, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you don't have a home church, come see us at Remnant in Malden, Missouri. Service times are 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Sunday. And do us a favor, man, and go to your podcast platform. Give us a like, subscribe, and rate us, please. And share. God bless each and every one of you. Later.